This episode of the podcast is brought to you by our partner, Audible.
Yes, it is. So we are partnered with Audible. That means that if you are looking just to check it out, you don't want to put your card in and just take the dive. You can get 30 days for free on us if you go to audibletrial.com/JATG or click the link down below. You'll be taken there. You can sign up for 30 days for free and just test it out. Like there's a lot of stuff on there that you can get for free, a lot of Audible exclusives. But what I really like about Audible is that out of the hundreds and thousands of audiobooks that they have, if you decide to purchase something, that is yours forever. Like if you decide not to carry on your subscription or you want to take a break or whatever it is, you can always go back and listen to that book whenever you want through the app on the internet. Doesn't matter because it's yours. So once again, you can get that for 30 days for free on us if you go to audibletrial.com/JATG.
Boom. I believe we are live right now. Johnny and the Greg back at it for another fun-filled episode of just shooting the shit, man.
Old Johnny and the Greg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we are.
How was your weekend, sir?
Pretty low key. Like not a
Yeah.
not a lot happening. A lot of driving people to and from jobs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
A little bit of something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Mhm.
right. Mine was a little bit eventful. It was
Ooh.
my father-in-law's 75th birthday.
Oh yeah. My
Happy
dad's turning
birthday.
75 this year too.
Happy birthday, Stash. Um, and you know my wife and her family,
Oh, big
and
party then, huh?
oh, huge party.
Yeah.
Surprise party. So we got all dressed to the nines, acting like we were going to the Oscars or something. And we get there and everything's great, and all of a sudden he shows up and he looks dead, Greg.
Oh,
Like
oh,
he wasn't
oh,
doing well. He was in a severe pain.
really?
Yeah, within about 5 minutes he got there, he was like, he grabbed me on the shoulder and he's like, I gotta go. And I'm like, okay, where do we gotta go? He's like, I gotta go to the hospital. I'm like, sounds good.
Oh.
All right. This food didn't look good anyway, so let's go. Um, and
What?
I actually didn't take him. We have God, in Ursula's family, I think every other girl is a nurse of some
Okay.
degree.
Okay.
So they someone who has like someone that could get him into the ER quickly without going through all the paperwork and all that crap and all that
Uh-huh.
waiting you have to do. She took her. And we had to sit back and kind of just hang out with all the guests. So it was kind of like we got like I feel so bad for his daughters
Yeah.
and the wife. I mean, his wife. They planned this for like 2 months.
Was it a surprise thing?
Yeah, surprise
Oh,
party.
okay.
And
Okay.
within 5 minutes of him arriving, he had to go.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was, I felt really bad for them. But
Were
long
they
story short, he's in the ER. I mean, he went to the ER. And I don't know why this happens, especially in this day and age. You know, why aren't doctors working on weekends? That doesn't make any
oh,
damn bit of sense to me. So he's going through tests right now, but they're pretty much determining that it's a gallbladder stone.
okay.
So I heard those things are incredibly painful. I have no
Yep.
idea. I hope I never do.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what happened to him. So yesterday was more or less
Huh.
holding down the fort and saying, okay, if he's not here, let's party for him.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've been to a couple parties that he's been involved in, like, I don't know, planning, but probably paying for. Um, and it's a big event. Was it catering and DJs and rented a room and like do
Catering,
it the whole
DJs,
thing?
renting a room. They had salsa dancers come in. Like
Yeah.
it was
Wow.
a it was a pretty it was a pretty big thing, and I felt bad for him because he was trying to tough it out. I'm like
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, dude. like I guess when you reach a certain age, you don't need to tough shit out anymore. You just
No, you
like it's just
don't.
yeah, it's just like he doesn't want to be here. You can tell he doesn't want to be here because he is just obviously in incredible pain. He was
Yeah.
shivering, and every now and then I like every now like I had to hold him to try to keep him warm. He was shivering so bad, and then he went like every 5 seconds he would go like that, and he doesn't
Oh,
do that. He
yeah.
doesn't do that stuff. So I was like, holy shit, something really bad's happening. So, but just to let everybody know, he's fine. He's pain's all
Yeah.
gone. He's going through tests. We'll know more about it on Monday.
It's
So,
it's interesting because like during the week, so we got a call on Tuesday
yeah.
from my college age daughter,
Okay.
and she's like, I have a pain like by my belly button that won't go away. We're
Ooh.
like, well, what do you mean? How long has it been there? She's like, oh, for about a week. We're like, okay, why didn't you tell us that
Yeah.
while you were on spring break? She's like, because I didn't think it was a big deal, but it was getting worse and worse to the point where we had her call the doctor.
That hernia?
And like we were on the phone with her, or we
Yeah.
were FaceTiming with her, and then she got on the phone. And the nurse that she had talked to was like, yeah, sweetie, you better get to like an ER. Like you better go get that checked out because we
Ooh.
were worried it was appendicitis.
Okay.
And so immediately my she starts to kind of freak out because
Yes.
she's not super far away, but she's far enough away that it's not a quick run to go get
Right.
her.
Right.
Um, she's like, well, what do I do? Do I just go to it? Like, how do I? She doesn't have a car at college. She's like, I'm like, you can call an Uber, you can call an ambulance. I mean, you could do any of those things to get to the
Yeah.
nearest one.
Yeah.
And like, there was like, well, I don't know if it's that bad. I'm like, okay. So my wife drove in, got her, brought her home. They went directly to urgent care,
Uh-huh.
and we're like, we're afraid this is appendicitis. And she's leaving the country. Not well, we're almost at April. So in May, she's leaving the country.
Okay.
Um, so she's now freaking out. Like, what if this doesn't work? What if I can't make my trip? Blah 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 blah. And so she's having her justified freak out. They take her to the ER. They run ultrasounds. They do all the tests. Like, and other than the pain, she didn't have any of the other signs of it being appendicitis. And even when they looked in the ultrasound, they're like, it looks normal. We're like, great. So what is it? They're
Yeah.
like, and the best, they're like, we don't know. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't know? Like, is
Right.
this like, how do you not figure that out? And they're like, we can tell you it's not appendicitis. We think she's, and the next day, so she didn't go back to school that night. She stayed here. And the next day she's like, it's going away. And I'm like, all right.
Weird.
Yeah, it
Weird.
was. It was. And so
Yeah.
now I'm happy it was nothing.
Nothing.
At the same time, I'm like, but what if it comes back like when she's overseas? Like, how's that gonna work? And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a big wait and see.
I don't, okay, I might put myself in a hole here. It's not the first time, but I've, from my short experience with women, they seem to have some real different plumbing issues than we do. Like, Ursula
Well, you
used to have, Ursula went through almost kind of the exact same thing you were just talking about with your oldest daughter. We went into the hospital and like she was in severe pain, and the doctors went through all those tests, and she's like, we have no idea what it is. And then gave her some pain, a stronger pain medication to go home, and she was fine within 2 days. And it was the weirdest thing because she was like on her knees, and I'm like, oh, it's the
mm,
kidney stone things. It's like,
yeah, yeah,
that's,
something like that.
and it wasn't that. It was just, they were just like, we can't find anything. And it's
Yeah,
like,
I think they gave her
what?
muscle relaxers, and I'm
Maybe.
like, I'm
Yeah.
like, well, said if you take them, you're gonna feel great, but I don't know if that's gonna solve any issue.
Yeah.
Um, but I think it's good that at your age you realize that men and women have different plumbing.
Well, I mean,
That's good.
look, dude, I've noticed that.
You've
I've just,
noticed?
I've just realized that it's not that, duh, they have, but the even digestive issues are
Oh
different.
yeah,
It
yeah.
just it's so different that you're an alien to it. You're like,
Um,
I have no idea.
we recently switched coffee. Um,
Okay.
so we
You're not a
miss that
coffee
nice.
drinker.
Well, I every once in a while, especially on a Sunday morning, I
Yeah.
will because I like going to church with a coffee. I just do.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but we switched over to cacao
Okay.
coffee, which is it's not a coffee bean. Some excuse me, something else.
Yeah.
And I handled it just fine. I mean, it was tasty. I mean, it was good. It was almost like a chocolatey kind of thing. I'm like, smells good, tastes good, fine.
Cacao, that is a chocolatey
It is, yeah,
seed, isn't it? Yeah.
but it's not like it's not processed to be sweet like chocolate. It's not like a
Uh-huh.
hot chocolate. It's not
Right.
like that at all.
So you just
Um,
got the cocoa bean in a sense.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and
Okay.
it's more akin to coffee.
Okay.
And Krista got it because she hasn't been handling coffee very well.
Okay.
And I was like, sure, yeah, I'll make that. And still today, like she drank that in the morning and she like we drank it at the same time and in the same amount. And she was like, my stomach's jacked up again. And I'm like, I'm fine. Like I don't
Wow.
so yeah, I
Yeah.
mean just the differences in just individuals. Because there are
Yeah,
times
that's true. Yeah.
like we had burgers tonight for dinner and everybody had them. They're fine. I took one bite of my burger and I went, I don't want this. I don't want this at all. And
Oh.
that was it. Like I was done. I had some baked beans and haven't wanted anything else for dinner. That's it.
Yeah, I've been on a kick like that recently where I think I I have realized that I am slowly they say every 7 years your body changes, like your
Yeah.
hairstyle changes and all that.
Mm.
Like I think I'm at some sort of, or I just passed it where I don't really want to eat sushi anymore.
Oh, you see, my wife just doing that. She went through that too.
Yeah, and I used to love it, but my wife and my kid, Gwen, they could eat sushi every day.
Yeah.
And so every time they say, "Hey, do you want sushi?" I'm always no, no, I don't want any. I'll, like please don't stop like ordering.
Yeah.
Please order it. I'll just I don't know, I'll just grab something in the fridge and make it real quick. I don't it's so weird. I'm just not and I've noticed that for the bunch of things that as I'm getting older,
Yeah.
things are shifting where I don't want that or I'm more into that or now I love onions now. I hated onions.
Oh,
I
you
used
did.
to
You wouldn't even get them on pizza. I remember that.
no, I used to make it up. I used to make up that I was highly allergic to them
Just to avoid them.
just
Yeah.
to avoid them. And now it's like I have no problem just pounding just eating them any way you
Yeah.
want to slice it, dice it, cook it. However, I'll
Have you
eat
tried
them.
them on a steak yet? Like
Yeah,
sauteed onions and
delicious,
mushrooms on a steak?
delicious. It's
Yeah, they're
almost like what
fantastic.
the fuck have I missed?
Yeah.
The only thing I will not try is a bloomin' onion. That thing just looks gross to me.
Oh, those are so good.
Are
Oh
they?
my
Okay,
God.
they just
Yeah,
it
they're
just look
good.
gross.
Yeah. It's
I'll have
literally a deep fried onion.
I'll have
And
to
that,
dig in.
you know, first off, the bloomin' onion is, I think, now a staple at, there used to be an Outback Steakhouse thing, but there's
Yes.
not a lot of those around anymore.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know where any are.
Texas Roadhouse
Okay.
is
I
you
don't
get,
think there's a Texas Roadhouse around here.
oh, really? Oh,
I
there,
don't think so.
I can name three in Wisconsin right now. Um, and because we're eaters. I mean, and not
Yeah.
that Chicago area isn't. I mean,
Right.
you're in
Yeah.
that boat too. Um, but yeah, I mean, I go to Ren Fair and we get one at Ren Fair, and it's like even if it's 95 degrees and you're sweating buckets and everything else, you're like, oh no, we're getting a blooming onion.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
getting deep fried onions.
Yeah.
So
Who's this? I've never seen this person.
uh
Is that mom?
I could be, it's Miss. So
MSC. Yeah.
mom finally figured out how to get
Miss
on
C
Twitch.
Strules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We were talking, I don't know if you heard it or not. We
Or
were
it's my
talking,
brother, which I don't know why be MS, but
it's age related. I think mine's definitely age related when it comes to food. I think I don't know. It's just like also we look, I give people in the service industry a huge amount of leeway because I was in the service industry. But going back to that party, we had a really bad bartender, horrible
mm,
bartender.
really.
Like, yeah, like this is how bad it was, Greg. This is how I knew we were in trouble. When I asked him, "Hey, can I have two kitty cocktails?" And he gave me orange juice with grenadine in it.
Oh,
And
oh,
I went,
no.
what's this? And he goes, that's a kitty cocktail. I'm like, no, it's not. And he
Is
goes, and it
okay.
was almost like that from that movie. He goes, yes, it is. I'm like, no, it's not. I said, it's Sprite and grenadine. Just give me that.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah.
Is this another like I remember at your wedding where every it was like the Polish mafia. Every hire, every service person, everybody was somehow connected back to the Polish culture
This
that
was a
that you're part
Russian,
of.
This was Russian.
Okay.
We went into a Russian banquet hall.
Okay.
And so,
Okay. But I was
um,
gonna ask because I remember like your DJ when he was I would try to talk to him and he would nod at me and talk to me like he
and
knew what I was
ignore you.
saying and
Yeah.
then ignore the shit out of me. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah, actually, that was the only, in my opinion, that's just my opinion. That was the only bright spot was the DJ we had. God bless him, man. He listened to every suggestion that the kids had. Like there was a time we're all eating, and all of a sudden we heard "It's raining tacos," and we're like, "Oh my God, did they?" And then there was like "I am a gummy bear," like that. Like,
oh yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah.
all those songs were being
Wow.
played. I was like, "Wow, he listened to
Kid
them."
kid club music is
Yeah,
wild.
it was a fun it was kind of weird night, man. It was just a weird night. It was a
Yeah, I'm
fun
sure it
night
was.
slash night. For those of you that just jumped on the chat, we threw a special 75th birthday of
Birthday.
my father-in-law surprise party, and within 5 minutes he had to go to the emergency room for his gallbladder. So
Hmm.
anyway, we went way off track. So yeah, back to food with the whole. Are there any food now that you feel that you've gravitated towards that you didn't before?
Oh
Like, have
gosh.
you tried lobster now? Maybe you like it.
You know what? No, I haven't.
When's the last time you had it?
Hmm, it's probably been 20 years.
Oh, try it.
I
You
would
might
think. Yeah,
like it
I
now.
maybe. Um, in fact, I think I told you I saw some guy, he did lobster on a smoker and he like
Okay.
seasoned the hell out of it. And I was
Yeah.
like, that actually looks good. Like maybe I'm just not a fan of just lobster and butter. Um,
Maybe. Yeah.
and maybe that's what it is. I mean, and I don't think I've ever tried it any other way.
You didn't try it in New Orleans? I thought you would have tried that
No,
there.
no, I
No, you
was,
might. Can you hear
no,
me?
you're good. Yeah, you're
Okay.
good.
Okay.
I was trying oysters when I was down in New Orleans, and
That's right.
I tried them a bunch of different ways, and I didn't really care for them anyway.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, no, I is lobster. I didn't know lobster was a big New Orleans
I don't think
thing.
it is, but I know that New Orleans is very good with seasoning.
See,
So
well,
I thought
yes,
if you were to get some sort of lobster there seasoned well, you would
we've
have
got a
liked it.
group of friends that they want to try to do like like the crawfish boil, where
Okay.
it's like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
crawfish and the corn and the potatoes and everything, and put it in a giant pot and you boil it, and then you just like literally pour it all out
On the table.
on like a plastic tablecloth,
Yeah.
and everybody just goes to town. So I don't know if we're gonna try to get that together this summer or not, but
That sounds like fun. And at the same
yeah.
time, I'm not one that likes to break through my shellfish to get to the meat.
Oh
I
yeah,
hate that.
yeah.
I hate that
Don't
shit.
like working for it. The
No,
first time
I
I ever
don't.
had crawfish, that's what it was. It was like, and they were big. I mean, they were
Yeah.
good sized crawfish. And this was in New Orleans. The guy just set them in front of me, and it was a bowl full of sauce and I think four crawfish, four or five,
Yeah.
and they're all kind of like in this pinwheel kind of thing. And
Eyes are still there,
yeah,
everything.
oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
and I had the big plastic bib
Yeah.
on that they tied on me, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna get to it. And he's like, all right, bon appetit, and he walks away, and I'm like, oh,
Hold on.
garcon.
Hold on.
Yeah, he comes back. He's like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, I don't know how to do this. And he
Yeah.
goes, oh, this is your first time. I said, absolutely it is.
Yeah.
You got to tell me, you got to walk me through this, man. He's like, okay. He's like, grab it. I'm like, what do what do you mean? Like just
Butt first or yeah.
yeah. I'm like, he's like, great. He's like, nope, take left hand. He's like,
Right.
are you right handed or left handed? I'm right. He's
Yeah.
like, grab the tail in your left hand. Boom, bring it up. He's like, grab the head with your right hand. Grab it. He's like, pull. I kind of pull. He's like, no, pull. I'm like, oh, head came off. He's like, great. Eat that part. It's like, now you take it, you kind of butterfly. I'm like, oh. And he's
Yeah.
like, now what you want to do is that you want to get sauce in there with everything. And I'm like, cool. And then, yeah, I went through and made an absolute mess of myself and had a great time.
Yeah. Oh,
But I've
Greg,
been
you
told, but no,
you
I
are in
know.
trouble. You are in
Yeah,
trouble
no. That's how I know it's mom because no one else is going to come
because
over.
you got Gregory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no one else. Maybe Krista every once in a while,
Well,
but
I always appreciate Mrs. Struley listening to the podcast. She's one of our loyal listeners. Um, so let me what were we talking? So yeah,
food. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
food.
know. I can't think of anything that I like didn't care for a while ago and then I've tried again and go, okay, that's not too bad. I
Yeah.
did like you were there my first time trying sushi.
Yes.
Like were we in our 30s? We might have been in
We might have been a little bit younger than that.
maybe,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Not by much though.
No,
Like
I would think, all right. I know I moved into that area when I was 26. So I
yeah,
think within 2 years you were at least down
you know,
there.
yeah. So
So
and I'm a little
28,
younger. Yeah,
29, 30. Yeah.
I'm a little younger than you.
Yeah.
And I think Krista was pregnant or we were in between kids or something like that. So we
I
had at
think you
least
were.
one.
Yeah.
so so yeah, I mean, you were there for that, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, I've been ignoring this for way too long.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Now I
yeah.
don't know. It's weird. Now I can't. I mean, look,
Is it all sushi like rolls and like
it's not that I
sashimi and the
won't
whole
it's
thing?
not that I won't eat it, but it's not a go-to anymore.
Yeah.
It's not like, yeah,
Okay.
let's do sushi night. I don't know the last time I really wanted sushi. Like if you put
Yeah.
me like if we're at a place and they're only
Yeah.
serving sushi or at a party or something, then yeah, I'll have it. But I won't overeat it. I'll have maybe two, and then I'll be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'll just drink
Yep.
beer the rest
You
of the night or
you do
something.
that, or you'd rather do the hibachi or something like that? Is it
Yeah,
all Asian? Okay.
yeah, yeah. It's not all Asian food. No. Like so I'll get something from like we have our usual place where we get sushi, so I'll get
hmm
something else from there.
I
But
was
it's
looking
just
at
weird.
a reel the other day, and it was like a like how well do you know your partner quiz,
Okay.
and it was just like a countdown. Do they want this or do they want this?
Yeah.
And I remember one of the questions was like unlimited Mexican food or unlimited Asian food.
Oh,
And I was like, and this is again, here's the switch because we had tacos last night.
yeah.
And I took one bite of my taco and I'm like, nope, don't want it.
Oh.
Like, and
Well,
I used to
maybe
love,
do you, or is your eating habits changing? Like, do you not eat a lot at night now?
no, not really. Well,
Yeah.
I don't eat a lot, period, honestly.
You don't?
No, and I mean, I will get down with some stuff that I will be like, oh, I'm going to eat through this because I love it so much that I'm going to
Yeah.
do it. Like you give me a good bowl of spaghetti and I'm getting after it. Like
Right.
that's just always been a thing for me.
Okay.
Um, but like where I used to do like if we did tacos at home or we were making them, it was literally white people taco night where you know,
Yeah.
there's not a lot of artistry going into this.
Right. Yeah.
But I would do three, maybe four, depending on if they're hard shells or soft shells and the size and stuff like that. I had half of one. Yeah, I had
Oh,
half of one last night and half of a hard shell. I was like, and I had another one on my plate, and I'm like, does anybody want this? Because I'm like,
wow. I
and
could eat tacos every night, I think.
yeah, and that's what when I got to
Yeah.
that question, like
Yeah.
unlimited, because I've had really good Mexican food. Um, but like if it was like, what are you going to do for the rest? I'm like, no, I'm going to go for Asian. I think because I
Really?
will, yeah,
Okay.
like for my lunches and stuff, I will do ramen. I will do just like fried rice cups. I mean, I love that stuff.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say ramen's not really. Well, I guess it would be,
Right. But you
but
can go like there's college ramen, which
yeah,
is
that's
just college
that's what I thought
ramen.
you're
Yeah, yeah.
talking about.
No. But
Oh, okay.
you can go to some. There's a next time you come up. There's a place in Marktown I can take you. Um, they have like the giant ramen bowls and like there's strips of steak in there and there's like
Oh,
kind of
wow.
like a soft boiled egg and like there's
Yeah.
it's phenomenal.
Did
Like
you ever do Korean barbecue? Did you ever do that?
no, I've never done Korean. But I would like to.
Okay,
Um,
we just went to one about a week
yeah,
ago. Yeah. We had no idea how it worked.
yeah.
So we didn't know it was all you could eat.
Oh, you
So
went to one of those places. That's not
yeah, where
always
you
Korean, but
okay, so that's where you like cook it
yeah.
at the grill in front of you and stuff.
Okay, that sounds Korean.
Okay. Or maybe it's Mongolian barbecue. I don't know the
Um,
difference. I might be
it
saying
could be either.
something culturally wrong. I don't know.
Well, I those are two things that
Yeah.
are real. There's Mongolian barbecue, there's Korean barbecue. I'm not sure which one is all you can eat. Um, I went to a place that was a Brazilian barbecue
Okay.
place
Yep.
where again it was like if you put up the green flag, they just keep coming around with beef, pork,
Yeah. Yeah.
chicken,
There's a great
and
one down here.
that's what they do. And
Yeah.
then if you're like I need a break, you put up the red flag.
Right.
Um, one of
Right.
Chris's clients took us to one of those places once,
Texas
and
de
it
Brazil.
um I don't know. It was in Milwaukee.
Okay.
I don't think it was called that. It was called.
Do the guys come around with these spigots and they cut off the meat
They
for you?
will.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Depending on the type of
Yeah.
meat you're
And you
getting.
get an
Yeah,
unlimited salad bar.
yeah, you do.
Yes. Okay.
It was funny because it was like it was their like Christmas party, which Krista got invited to because she did a ton of work for them that year.
Yeah.
So they're like, you're kind of part of the. Let's
Right.
just. And so we got to go. Uh, one of the guys that worked there, he was one of the finance guys, I think. He didn't have a significant other to bring, but his
Uh-huh.
brother was in college in Milwaukee, so he brought his brother. So I'm sitting next to this college age kid who doesn't get good food because he's in college.
Yes, of
And his
course.
brother's like, we're going to a 5-star restaurant. It's all you can eat. And he's like, oh my God. So he's just packing this stuff away. And then it was almost like he sits down, he's like, you gonna try to keep up with me? I'm like, and it was far enough ago. I'm like, yeah, I'll try.
Yeah.
And man, we were just stuffed. Like it was
Yes.
because everything, like everything. They're like, do you want, they bring it around. They're like, do you want more? I'm like, no, give me the little bit
Yeah.
because I want to try everything.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, and we go to the salad bar, and I love a good salad bar. Like I
Okay.
get,
That's
yeah.
that's where you screwed up.
Well, no, because I was conscious of it. Like normally, if I like, we used to go to Pizza Hut,
Yeah.
and I would get the salad bar, and I would eat most of the salad bar because my family,
They had a
we,
salad bar at Pizza Hut. I don't remember
oh
that.
yeah, oh yeah,
Did they?
and it was a
Yeah.
good one in my opinion
Yeah.
growing up.
I
Um,
remember Ponderosa used to have it. A huge salad bar.
my family's Pizza Hut ordered. I don't know if it's ever changed since the 80s. Like it is
Can you
a
confirm?
it is a pan crust,
Yeah.
so pan style Pizza Hut Supreme. Boom. That's it. That's all we get. The only way I got a different pizza is if I read the 3 books a month and got my book at personal pan pizza. That was the only time I ever got to try any other pizza growing up at pizza. But I'd get a salad bar and like mound up this giant salad. And
Yeah.
that's what I would have.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
so I go to this Brazilian place and I'm like, okay. So I look at this grand salad bar and I'm like, this is where they get you. This is where they get you. So I
Yeah.
just took little bits of things and my
All right. There you go.
Chris was like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. She's like, because you're not eating very much. I'm like, they have stacks of high end meat coming around. I
Yeah.
am not gonna do my normal giant salad and then a little bit of whatever we take. You
Right.
could there's the rule there is there's no takeout. Like you can't,
Yeah. You can't leave with anything.
yeah,
Yep.
you can't leave with anything.
Yep.
So no, me and this college kid just got down. Yeah, see there it is, only thin
Oh.
crust now, but it was only pan style, of which I
Huh.
would have one piece and be like, I'm full. I don't
Yeah.
know anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I have no idea how to transition from that to Avengers,
Just do
man.
it. Just let's
So for those of you that are waiting, something happened, I guess, this week with Marvel.
Tuesday,
Um,
something like that.
was it
Tuesday, Thursday.
Tuesday? Was it
I,
Tuesday or
it
something?
was one of those days.
Okay. And I guess what they had was they were announcing that Avengers Doomsday is going to be filming, and so they started
Yeah,
giving us who are the main characters within this.
sure. And
And
it's been almost a year. It was Comic-Con last year that they announced Robert Downey Jr. is going to be
Doctor
coming
Doom.
back as Doctor Doom, which made everybody go, huh?
Huh?
So obviously they're dealing with the multiverse. And as far as the comic books go, there is a very popular storyline where Tony Stark did become Doctor Doom. Like he took over, or I think he took over for Victor Doom, um, and became. No, that's not how it went. I didn't read it, but
Switch it.
What do you mean switch it?
Victor Von. Well, there's two ones that are pretty popular. There's
Okay.
one called Superior Iron Man, where after Tony Stark died, Von Doom took over the role of being
Iron
Iron
Man.
Man. And then
Okay.
there's one where they met in college, and he did the whole evil bad guy mind swap,
Oh, okay.
and he became Tony Stark. So they're trying to take those two and tie them to, like, is this how they're going to introduce?
Okay. However,
And
they're going to do it.
yeah,
Robert Downey Jr. is playing Victor
yes,
Von,
yes, yes,
or at
yes,
least Doctor Doom.
yes.
So it could be where he's not Victor, but
It could, yeah, he could be Tony Stark that turned into Doctor Doom.
yeah, could
You
be.
know, what I think you're onto something with that, Greg, because one thing that he said when like they introduced him as Doctor Doom was he
Yes.
said same same task, different mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So he's still trying to do the peace in our time.
by building an armor around the world to
Yeah.
protect it, right?
Yeah.
So I think they might go that route.
So anyway,
Yeah.
they came out and they announced here's the cast, or here's the cast that we're currently going to name.
Uh-huh.
And it was, in my opinion, pretty blah,
Yep, I agree with you.
because all they did is name off all the people that we already know are playing roles in the MCU. Like they said, hey, Chris Evans is coming back as Steve Rogers. Well, no
Oh,
shit.
really?
Like, yeah.
That actually wasn't shown.
Oh, well, these, I'm looking at Google right now.
Oh, are they?
Um,
Okay.
yeah, it
So maybe
says
they're
he's
doing,
back for,
maybe they dropped down new ones.
yeah. And I'm like, okay, Pedro Pascal is Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know, because he's got a movie coming out this summer called Fantastic Four.
Right.
Um, but then they came out with the casting for the original X-Men. I just saw Sean posted on here.
Yeah.
Um, so the original 2000 X-Men film, they're bringing in a bunch of the cast from that.
Yep.
James Marsden is back as Cyclops. Ian McKellen is back as Magneto. Rebecca Remain is back as Mystique. And you
I
go,
thought Magneto died.
he did.
Oh, he
Like,
did?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
No, no, no,
Um,
no, not the character Magneto died. I thought the
oh,
actual actor died.
Ian McKellen? No, Ian
Oh,
McKellen is not
thank
dead.
God. Because I was
Um,
watching Lord of the Rings this week.
yeah, no, he's still
Yeah.
alive.
Okay.
We know Kelsey Grammer was back as
Yep.
Beast,
Yep.
because I actually
Yes.
rewatched the Marvels on Saturday morning. Um, and yeah, he's in the end credits scene.
Yep.
Um, yeah, and so they did not specifically name Hugh Jackman as returning as Wolverine, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah.
But
That's actually what I would say about this whole thing is who they didn't say
who
was
they
in it
didn't name,
was more interesting.
maybe.
Like no Tom Holland, no like I'm sure there were other ones. Like okay, I like Deadpool, but there's certain things he can't be in because he'll just it's like
He'll
I don't
jack
know.
everything up. Yeah,
Yeah, he'll jack it all up. So I understand not really wanting to have maybe Ryan in this one, but
yeah,
I guess here's where I'm at, Greg, and then I'll let you I'll let you explain where you're at. I don't care. To me, like I'll go see it, but I'm not
yeah.
going to get worked up the way I used to get worked up about
No,
this stuff.
no.
Like in my opinion, and this is a lot like how you are with your Star Wars, is your Star Wars was the original trilogy, and that's it. Everything else is just kind of like, okay, I'll see it,
Yeah,
check it out. But there isn't this pull on you that from the new Star Wars stuff.
yeah.
Whereas with me, it kind of ended with Endgame, and then yes, there was the Spider-Man with the three different ones and the three different
Which was
Spider-Mans,
good.
which was good. And then there was the Loki series. But other than that, nothing pulls me or got me going
Mm,
like, oh my God, you see the newest like Infinity War and Endgame. Those are my Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And I'm kind of good now. I don't.
yeah. It's it's because we haven't seen anything that seems to hit at that level anymore.
Right.
Like, and
Yeah.
maybe we're spoiled, which could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Um,
Agreed.
we're expecting certain things. We're expecting, you know, we want greatness, and we're expecting at least a level of like you look back and you rewatch the first Iron Man,
Hmm.
which was all experimental at that point for them,
Yep. Yep.
and you're like, that's a good film.
Yeah, it's
Like
just a good
it's
like
just a
standalone.
good
Yep.
standalone good film.
Yep.
And they wanted to do you go, but then you go and you watch Thor: Love and Thunder, which is again a standalone film,
Yes.
and you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's just
In fact, and what's a shame is because I'm a fan of that actual comic book arc of Gore the
oh
God
yeah,
Butcher. I'm a
yeah,
fan of that, and
it is good,
I don't know
but they
why they
didn't
didn't
follow it.
follow it. No, yeah, why didn't you follow that? I don't understand. It was right there, and
We're seeing Marvel, like actual MCU Marvel films, creep more and more towards like the Sony level of Marvel films.
yeah,
And it's just this kind of slow fade. And you're like, guys, get it together.
yeah,
Like,
you're
and
drowning.
they're
Get it
bringing back the
together.
Russo brothers
Yep.
for Doomsday.
Yes.
And you're like, okay, I thought that was a step in the right direction. But then I just watched Electric State on
Yeah.
Netflix, and I was
Yeah.
like, and they're
Huh?
saying that was like
Yeah.
$350 million to make that film,
Yeah.
and you've got Chris Pratt, who is Chris Pratt in every single thing.
Yes, he is.
Like he's still doing Star Lord,
Yep.
and you're like, okay, and it was kind of interesting in some ways, and in other ways, you're like, why did this cost so much damn money? Like I don't understand where this is.
Yeah.
Where
I
did the
agree with
money go?
that. I almost think to myself, if we're just talking about electric state here, and we're kind of going off road here, but we'll get back on. Um, I think what kind of took me out of it was the designs of the robots. It
Oh,
was
how they were
almost
more advertisements and
well, it almost seemed like they were trying to do it like that one that one that's designed to cut hair. She reminded me of they there was a certain sense of Beauty and the Beast where these things were like walking appliances.
right. Yeah, very much so.
And that was very weird to me. It took me out of it
Yeah,
of and maybe it was the robot designed like having Mr. Peanut be the leader. I
right.
was kind of like
Voiced by Woody Harrelson.
yeah, I was kind of like
Um,
what? They like Mr. Peanut was the Martin Luther King of the robot.
right.
It was
Yeah.
just weird. But
Sean just made a good point. It's going to have a great opening weekend, and you're absolutely right. It's going to anybody going up against Doomsday on their opening
oh,
weekend is going to lose heavily,
hey, I will
and
be
then
there. I know I'll be there.
it will be a steep drop off
I think so.
because unless something really
Yeah,
changes,
something has to yeah, I guess here's the thing too with this. I don't like when they originally did this idea, there were literally stepping stones. And so your excitement was being raised with each movie and
yeah,
you knew what was coming next. And then you knew what was coming and all of a sudden, oh my God, here it is, Infinity War. And you watched it and then you're like, "Oh,
yeah,
wow." And then all of a sudden, excuse me. And then all of a sudden, it's Endgame. You pretty much either retire or kill off the characters that were dragging that you were there
yeah,
for.
carrying the whole thing. I
Yeah,
mean,
and now when you kill off Iron Man and in a sense retire Steve Rogers and then you're asking Spider-Man to carry the torch, which I think he can, but then Doctor Strange and
yeah,
then Marvel, Mrs. Marvel, and then whoever wants to be Captain America. Like it's when you lose those guys, it's really hard
mhm,
to I don't know, it's really hard to carry a universe with Moon Knight, you know?
yeah. What? Which
Art.
are we going to get a season two of that? I mean, they left that character wide open, which was probably the most interesting character they've done out of a series,
Yeah, I enjoyed
and
that one too.
I enjoyed it. But now
Yeah.
they just like left it alone, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
So going back to the casting,
Yes, I'm sorry.
like they've got all these 2000 X-Men coming back from the 2000 film,
Yes.
and they're the original actors from 25 years ago,
Yeah.
None of them have gotten younger.
No, not
And
not one.
um, you've got a whole movie in uh, Deadpool and Wolverine, where that entire universe is gone.
No, he saved it.
The Fox universe, like, but was it that universe? Was it the X-Men, that X-Men universe?
I believe it was because he dug up the original Wolverine.
Wolverine. Okay. So they're still around.
Yeah, so that's
Um,
still that universe is still there. But yes, it seems like they're going to have those two
so,
universes fight.
and I mean, I'm looking at Channing Tatum as Gambit, who was
Yep.
introduced in Deadpool and Wolverine. And I'm just thinking, was James Marsden sitting around at home where he's had a pretty good career,
Yep.
like without Marvel, going, man, I wish I could play Cyclops. I wish I could play this character that was pretty much a throwaway in the three movies I played him in.
Yeah.
Like, what were his demands? Like
Yeah,
when
really.
they said, "What do you want in your contract? Give
He's
me a
had a
decent
better he's had a
storyline."
better showing with Sonic than he has with
He absolutely has.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
had a much better series with that. He's had a much better time doing musicals
Yeah.
and becoming a star that way. And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Like,
I think some of the stars there just want it to be what it was with Infinity War.
yeah, now part of Marvel. Now that
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
the big M Marvel Studios. So
Yes. Yes.
I don't know. And there's a lot of loose ends here. They got Winston Duke and it coming back as M'Baku and what is her name? Um Siri, the girl that plays Siri.
Yes.
She
Yes.
who was black, but she's the new Black Panther. And you're like, well, what are you doing with that? Because you
Yeah.
opened that up, that can of worms up. Namor's coming back.
Yeah, Namor's
Um,
coming back. Yep.
and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Like there are so many different threads here that you're like, what are they gonna do? And I'm usually not one for spoilers. So like
Right.
I will watch the teaser and then I'm like, I know I'm seeing this movie anyway.
Right.
I don't want to see anything else.
Right.
I might dig into this one and be like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
You might not want to do that.
Maybe not. I don't
Because
know.
I think
Maybe
if you're going to
I might regret
invest
it.
that, yeah, if you're going to invest that time, I think you should walk in there expecting Craven.
Which I can't bring myself to watch yet.
Oh,
It's on
I
Netflix.
want to watch that desperately, but I can't find time to watch.
I might just have to get super high to watch that one and just be like, you know what? Give me a
I
bunch
don't
of
know,
mushrooms
man.
and then I watch it.
I've seen clips and they don't bother me. I'm not sitting there appalled by
Do
any
you,
of it, but
did you hear the
I
did
haven't
you hear the
watched it.
story? Yeah, I can't do it. Did you hear the story behind the guy screaming clip?
Yeah,
The weird, yeah,
that.
did you hear what that or what they said it was?
Yes, you told me, but I forgot. But
Okay.
tell the audience.
Well, the idea is that they were in a space because they're surrounded by animals, I think, in that scene, like caged animals or something
I
like
remember
that.
this now. Yes, go
And
ahead.
they're like, hey, actor guy, we know you're supposed to scream here, but you can't, like, whoever the animal wranglers were, they're like, you can't do that. Like, we're not going to allow you to do that. It's going to freak out these animals.
Right.
And when you're working with animals in Hollywood now, there's a lot of rules you need to follow. And
Yes.
they're like, we're just not going to have you do. So you need to fake a scream and we'll fix it in post. Like we'll bring you in and you can ADR that, scream to your heart's content
Yeah.
in a recording booth, and then we'll just add it in later.
Yeah.
And then they never added it.
That you know what that seems to me? That seems to me some intern that was in charge of that day or that thing totally
I
screwed the
can't
pooch.
I can't imagine being that actor.
Yeah.
And like you're at the premiere
And you go, "Oh
and
God."
oh,
Oh, there.
are they gonna keep that in? Maybe
Yeah.
you know what? Maybe they just got another guy to do a screen. Maybe they
Yeah.
just got another guy
Yeah.
and they fixed it and they show that and you're like, oh my gosh, they
Yeah.
kept it in as we did it. Why would they do that?
Yeah. So I think I guess my point of this, Greg, is if you go in there thinking it's going to be Craven, then you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Maybe, yeah. I have seen some good shit recently.
Like good movies or
Good
good
movies.
comic.
No, good movies. Good movies. And they could fall under a comic book film. I mean, maybe they were originally. I went and saw Novocaine
Oh, that
with
seems fun. That
It
seems fun.
is. It
Yeah,
is
that
a
seems fun.
ton of fun.
Yeah, that seems fun.
It is exactly what you want it to be.
Yeah, awesome.
It's not pretending to be anything else.
Cool.
And yeah, it was a lot of fun. And Jack Quaid, I think I will go see anything with him in it at this point. He's I've
Is
seen him
that
do
Dennis Quaid's son?
yes.
Okay.
Dennis Quaid and who was he married to?
He was married to her, but they got divorced. Meg
Let's
Ryan? Meg
Meg Ryan.
Ryan?
Meg Ryan. Yep, Meg Ryan. And when you look at like 90s Meg Ryan and then you look at Jack Quaid, you're like, I see it.
I see
And
it.
then also when you look at his dad, you're like, I see that too.
Yeah.
Um, but he's phenomenal. And I don't care that he's a Nepo baby. I mean, he's good at what he does. Um, I've liked him in everything I've ever seen him in.
Okay. Fair
So
enough.
he's good. And then on Friday, I went and saw Death of a Unicorn.
Oh,
Have you
good?
heard of this?
Yes, I have.
Yes. A24 piece. My only a little slight setback
Yeah.
would be there are times when you're looking at the unicorns where the CGI just isn't as tight as it could be, but I didn't care at that
Yeah.
point. Like I was in it for the whole ride. Sean, what'd you think? Um, it to me, it was a fun modern fantasy film
Okay.
with just did you see Abigail, the ballerina vampire?
No, I haven't seen it.
You
I
should
haven't.
watch that.
I want to. I haven't had a chance.
Yeah, well, like
Yeah.
put Gwen to bed
Yeah.
and then go watch that. You guys would it's in the same vein where you're like at first you're like, is anybody in this movie maybe gonna be a good person? I'm not really sure,
Yeah.
but it ended up being a lot of fun.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a good time.
Cool. I can't say I haven't watched anything. Okay, this is what's kind of been cool. So Gwen was on spring break
Yep.
last week. So what was really cool is this was the first time she came up to me and said, "Hey Dad, can we watch that movie with the dragon?" And I'm like, "Okay, which one? Are we talking about How to Train Your Dragon?" She's like, "No, no, no. He's in like a cave with all this gold." And I'm like, "Are you talking about The Hobbit?" And
Ah.
she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, we can watch that." And so we watched all of The Hobbit, and this was the first time she was into it. Like, first time she was like, don't pick up that ring. The only thing that bothers me, Greg, about the entire experience so
hmm
far is we watched all three of the Hobbit movies. She thinks Golem's the cutest thing of all time. And I go, no, honey, he's not good. She's like, but he's so cute. Listen to his little voice. Like, so she kind of ruined that for me. But anyway, but no, it was kind of cool. Like when your kid actually, like, there's videos out there where somebody tapes their son or their daughter
Yep.
watching The Empire Strikes Back, and when they finally figure out that Darth Vader's Luke
Yeah.
Skywalker's dad. Spoiler alert. How the kids are like, wait, what? No, he's not. He's a liar.
Yeah.
No, that's not, my daughter was doing the same thing with like just getting into it. Like when the hobbits are all up in the tree and they're getting hunted by
Yeah.
she's like, oh God, what's going, oh, the moth, he's gonna call an eagle, things like that. She was really
That's
getting into
cool.
it. Yeah. So it's really cool when they get into it.
Um,
So,
I was having a conversation today with some other movie fans, and we were talking about how we just because Snow White is not doing great,
did you
but
see
I
it?
get no, I
No,
won't.
you won't
No,
see it. Okay.
I won't see it. One, I wouldn't see it even if I was into these type of remakes because I don't like Snow White.
Okay.
Like it's not any like when you talk about classic Disney animation,
Yeah.
I don't care for Snow White. It like
Okay.
it doesn't hit any part of my childhood. I don't care about the story. Like
Yeah.
I just it's not for me.
Okay.
Um, but this this live action remake has been getting a lot of like negative attention for a lot of different reasons.
Yes.
And some of which have to do with the film quality itself, and some of it just about the people that are in it and their interactions with each other.
Yes.
Um, so no, I'm not going to see it. I know the theaters up here are not doing well with it. Um, John says, I saw it. I didn't think it was that bad, although I don't have any feelings towards the original. Um, so yeah, but in general, these Disney quote unquote live action remakes that are filled
Yes.
with just
Yes.
CGI animation,
Yes.
I'm like, these are money grabs. Like
Yes.
I didn't really like it when they did. Like I did one of my daughter's birthday parties was renting the theater to see the Beauty and the Beast when
Okay.
they did that one. And I was like, okay. I didn't, the changes they made, the updates to the story, putting in songs that just didn't seem to fit really
Yeah.
with the rest of the vibe of the film.
Right.
So I don't like them. That said, I am stupid excited for the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake because it is a mix of live action and CGI. But because they have a lot of the original people coming back to do this live action piece.
Hmm.
It's not just you can't get the people that were originally involved with Snow White
Right.
to
Yes.
make
No,
this
you
film. They've
can't.
all
Yeah.
passed.
Yes.
How to Train Your Dragon, they went back to the director. Said, "Do you want to come back and do it like live action?" He goes, "Yeah." They went back and he's like, "Well, I'll do it." Actually, the director said, "I'll do it only if I can bring back my original team, including the music guy, including his director of photography, including like all those people that made the animated film." He
Hmm.
brought them back and they said, "Okay, now we're going to do it with real people." And that's what they did. I'm like, that is a good concept. I see Sean mentioned Lilo and Stitch is coming out also this summer. I don't know if they did that with Lilo and Stitch. Like, I don't know if they
I don't,
got the original team back.
I have some weird feelings about Lilo and Stitch.
I
Like,
do too.
I
Like we
just,
we rewatched it last weekend, and I'm like,
it's not good, number one, in my opinion.
yeah,
And I don't, I feel like we're almost getting a James Cameron, like, look, we made up this character named Stitch. He's awesome. You're all gonna love him, and we're gonna make everything like they just throw
we
everything.
will make you love him.
Yeah, and I just never understood it. I remember when Lilo and Stitch first came out, and they had him ruining, like in the like when they were trying to advertisement, all these little
Yeah,
commercials, they'd have him ruin the dance scene with Beauty and the Beast, or they
yeah.
had
Like
him,
he was in it.
yeah, like he would all of a sudden be in these moments of Disney history where he ruined it. It was
Yeah,
almost like he was Deadpooling it. And
yeah.
and then I saw the movie and I'm like, I don't and I don't know if it was the animation that made it look weird or I don't know. It never pulled me the way that I think Disney wanted you
Yeah.
to be pulled into this character.
Well, or Lilo. Like Lilo's a little hellion. Like
Yeah,
she's the
yeah,
kid that you don't want to raise.
yeah,
She is. You rewatch it and you're like, oh my god. She, like her older sister, who's like 20 something, in her early 20s, and like parents have died, and now she's got to raise her 10-year-old sister or 9-year-old sister, whatever she is, and you're just like, and imagine your much younger sibling doing everything in her power for to have the state take her away.
yes,
And
yeah,
you're like, this is terrible.
yeah,
Like this is
yeah. You're right. You're right.
like you feel for the older sister, Nani. You're just like, oh my god, this girl is
Yeah,
going through it, man.
right.
And then they get a hellion of a pet, and you're like, oh, this is not fun. I don't
Yeah.
enjoy this.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. He just I don't know. I don't know. I don't what's funny too is I have a stuffed animal I got from Stitch. I got a stuffed animal Stitch when I went to Disney because I thought it was
Yeah,
cool. And that's it. Like
yeah.
I don't have a affiliation for Stitch. I don't like can you like I does he even talk? Or does he just
He
mostly go
no, he yes to both.
yeah.
Like he does talk, um, but it's like a broken English kind of
Yeah.
thing. That
Okay. Well, I
yeah,
just don't remember anybody asking us. I just don't remember anybody like, hey, I
well,
just don't remember anybody asking for a live action Lilo and
well,
Stitch.
they're just going through the gamut, man. Like it doesn't matter whether people ask for it or not; they're
Yeah,
gonna
you're
make it.
right. You're right. Same with
Like
James Cameron. He's gonna
yeah,
hit
they're just
every
gonna make
element.
it.
It's gonna hit every element with those damn aliens. Yeah.
So
So anyway, okay. So I think what they're gonna do for Doomsday is they're going to have the old. Okay, there's an old or not an old comic book, but I think 2015 it was like Time Runs Out or something like that, where
yeah.
the multiverses were slamming into each other. And I think this is just how I think the last two universes are going to be the Fox universe and the Marvel universe, and they're going to duke it out. And Doom's going to save them all and create a battle world, and then you're going to get Secret War. That's it.
Yeah,
So it's
maybe.
going to be just like Craven.
Maybe. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
And again, they don't care because they have my ticket money.
that's true. Yeah, I'm going to see
Yep.
it regardless. But
Yep.
anyway, you got Polyjamery.
I do have one.
Let's hear it
Um,
because I really enjoyed last week's Polyjamery. I have
oh,
that guy. I have that guy like 3 or 4 songs now on my phone.
then you might hate this one.
Oh, probably.
um,
No one bats a
this
thousand.
this is a song I know you've heard before.
Okay.
Uh, going kind of the nerd rock route. So here is a song called Perception Check, which is a D&D reference for the D&D nerds out there.
Oh, okay.
The artist name is Tom Cardy. Um, his profile really tells me nothing about him, but it's Tom Cardy. So you can look him up. He's got a lot of songs out there, a couple different albums, and they're all, semi nerdy, fun. You got to be in like that Weird Al kind of mood.
Okay.
Not necessarily
So
the
I was gonna say, is
parody of
this kind of like
songs.
one of those parodies?
No, it's not
Okay.
he's not a parody artist. He's doing his own original music,
Okay.
but it definitely is. You got to be in the mood for like comedy. All right, so let me click the share button here. Share sound, share computer audio. All right, so here is Tom Cardy with a song called Perception Check.
On the horizon of this forest path, you see a group of dark cloaked figures slowly trudging towards you. What do you do? My half-orc barbarian braces her great hammer, and that's a 1. Critical fail. Steve, what do you do? Well, I believe in anticipation, my rogue would try and hide behind a tree. Okay, I rolled a 1. That's another critical fail. Tom, what does your human bard do? Active perception check. It's a natural 20. Let's fucking go.
I feel it in my fingers, I feel it in my toes. These motherfuckers mean to harm us, and they got to go, so come on, get them now. You picked the wrong day to fuck around with my tight crew.
Jesus Christ, guy. Okay.
Oh no,
My boys gonna mess you up.
I rolled a 1. I rolled a 1.
Fuck, my boys are otherwise engaged, so I'm gonna bring it on myself.
Hey, I forgot. You're supposed to tell me what I see, right? Yes.
okay, we'll pause it there.
All right. So many questions here. So here's the first one. I have to know just in general, my friend, when are you listening to this? What are you doing when you're listening to this?
Driving.
Driving. Okay.
Yeah.
Are
Like
we
this,
stuck in traffic or are we just
Maybe.
open road,
maybe.
window down?
I mean, it's whatever the traffic's doing that day on my way to work.
Okay. All right.
But you add his stuff, you hit random, and you just go. And if it
Okay,
comes up,
all
it
right.
comes up.
Fair enough. The other thing I noticed is last week definitely had a beat to dance
Oh,
to and really
uh-huh.
get behind, and you didn't move you last week. Today you're bobbing your head to this stuff. I was like, what's going on?
I don't know.
This
I
must
don't
be
know.
one of those age things where you're aging out of something.
Maybe. I have been
I thought that
listening
was
to
funny.
the.
I just thought it
Oh,
was
by the
funny.
way, so like going back to last week's where we had the baby no money.
Yeah.
I I had that song. Like I had to give my kids. So the kids had finals. They got out of school early. I went to go pick them up at noon, and right away my daughter's like, "Hey, can we give Luke a ride home?" I'm like, "Sure." Luke gets in the car, and Baby No Money is on, and I think it was Check.
Okay.
So we're driving, and they're like, "Dad, your music sucks," and I'm like, "What?" They're like, "This is just dad music."
No
Like
way.
it's I was like, "Okay." They're like, "Are you listening to British techno?" I'm like, "One, he's Canadian,"
Yes.
and it didn't matter. They thought it sucked, and so I had to like just hit skip and
What do
this
they listen
other
to
stuff.
now? What do they listen to now?
Oh, you know what? I could Right, well, let's see. Um,
Is it
you
good,
know,
Greg?
well, it's some of it. Some of it
Okay,
is like
so it is.
my son's playlist is well over 1,500 songs. So
Okay.
it's got everything from classical to video game soundtracks to anime stuff to like
But
classic
that doesn't
rock.
surprise me, him
No,
being your
it
son.
doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, but he
Yeah.
keeps it like I separated out a little bit than that.
Oh,
But
he
him,
just has
no,
random.
just
Okay.
everything. Um, my youngest, she's a little bit more in the alternative side of things where she's got
Okay.
stuff on there. I'm like, I like that song. I'm gonna put it on my rock playlist.
Yeah.
And then my oldest is right now she's into this stuff it's called bardcore. And bardcore
Oh, I've heard
is
about that.
yeah, it's Renaissance style minstrels doing like top 40 hits. And so
Interesting.
it's not Pink Pony Club, it's the Pink Pony Pub. And
Got it.
she plays that and she just that's what she likes. Um yeah, Sean, same thing. Slipknot to Taylor Swift. I mean, it's not unheard of. I mean, it'll
Your mom didn't like it.
go from like 90s rap, go from like 90s rap to metal to show tunes. I mean, and I've always been that way.
Yeah, no, you have. Yes, I remember many road trips with you.
Yeah, and you're
And
like
going,
you're bringing the
huh?
car. Yeah, you're bringing it down, man.
No,
Change
no,
out
I,
the
I never
disc.
thought you brought it down. I just thought there was no, like, if we were going to listen to a soundtrack, let's listen to the soundtrack. But it would
Yeah,
go from, oh God, like a Eminem song to dun 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 dun
yeah.
dun dun dun. So it was
And
like
then
a constant,
straight into like college acapella, and you're like, what?
yeah. And then it went into Gladiator, and I'm like,
Yeah,
what's going on?
couldn't catch it. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no one vibe to
I don't know
any
what to do
what
here,
makes it.
Greg.
Yeah,
Give me some Skittles, God damn it.
yeah. Those I don't do a lot of.
Yeah.
That's something I can say I'm kind of falling out of is
Skittles?
the Skittle thing.
Yeah, yeah, no, me too. I don't have that. But
Again, I will
what
try
did you
every
get
once in
me
a
on? What
while.
did you get me on? We were at our last road trip. You got me on sprees or something, right?
Yes, I had sprees.
You
Yep.
had sprees, and I was like, I haven't had a spree since I was like
I had
10.
I had sprees, and then on our drive back, because we left, like we wanted to get the hell out of there. So we didn't do breakfast or anything like that. We're like,
No,
okay,
yeah.
we're packed up, let's go. And so I'm like, can we just hit a drive through?
Yeah.
And like we got gas. I'm like, there's a Burger King right there. Let's just hit up a drive through. And so I got like a Whopper fries. You ended up getting like
Chicken sandwich.
like a chicken sandwich or something like
Yeah.
that. And you ate it. You're like, oh my God, I forgot how good that is.
Yeah.
And then an hour later, when we're still road tripping, you're like, now I remember why I don't do that anymore. You feel
Yeah.
terrible.
Yes. Yeah. All right, man. Today is National Turkey Neck Soup Day. Have you ever had that?
No, don't know if I care to.
Is turkey neck soup really just the neck of the turkey, or is it just the carcass that you put in at the end, like when it's all
No,
set?
I think because you can eat a turkey neck. Maybe you chop it up and
Jesus. All right.
make it bite size.
Like, I get it when you were back in like the 20s and you needed to
Every
eat.
part of the animal, John.
Yeah, I get that.
No, nothing goes to waste.
But now today's also National Doctor's Day, so I guess you get one day off. Fuck it. Like that just pisses me off. Like they can't help that guy
Doctor's
out. People just hanging out in the all weekend. National Pencil Day. Get your number two sharpened.
Okay.
National Take a Walk in the Park Day. And National I Am in Control Day. Control.
Sure you are.
Control. Yeah.
Walk in the park day. How's the weather been by you guys? Is it decent or
Today was weird. Today was like 51, but it looked like it was gonna it was gonna pour any second, and it didn't.
yeah? We've had rain for like 2 days straight.
Yeah. So all right, man. Take us out. Good pod.
Yeah, okay, that was fun. Whether you're watching a film and complaining about the casting or you're just looking for something to do, just remember, don't be a douche.
There you go. For the Greg, this is Johnny saying take care, have a good time, or have a good week, and we'll see you later. Podcast out.
Thank you. Let's just slow it all down a bit. So you notice that one of the hooded figures is a little shorter.
I cast vicious mockery.
You were right. I didn't like this at all.
You're a short motherfucker and nobody likes you. Short!
Everybody
Bye,
says-
everyone.
Short that